So we get this question quite often. Should I convert my primary home into a rental property? And the answer to that question will vary based on a few factors. So let me give you three considerations, three questions to ask yourself before you make the decision. So here we go. Do the numbers make good financial sense? And there's a handful of things that you need to look at when you're asking this question. So the first thing, obviously, is the current market rent. So what's your house going to rent for when you put it on the market? And in order to get to that number, you need a reputable source. You need to contact a local property management company, or you need to do research online and really find a source that you can rely on. There are algorithm-based softwares that are out there in the market that are really helpful, like Rentometer, or Rent Range is the name of another one. Rent Finder is another. So there are a number of sources that you need to survey to really dial in the current market rent. We do free rental analysis reports for the clients or prospective clients that reach out to us. But it's important to understand what that top line number is going to be in order to know if the numbers are going to make sense. So you're going to take that current market rent and you're going to subtract things like your mortgage payment, your property taxes, your premises and liability insurance, which, by the way, those first three bullet points, the mortgage payment, property taxes, and your premises and liability insurance, are almost certainly lumped into one number that you make, one payment that you make to your mortgage lender every single month. You'll want to verify that, but the property taxes and insurance are almost always in an escrow that you pay monthly. So you've got those three items. You have HOA dues, and HOA dues are, it's customary for the landlord to pay the HOA dues, and then the resident, the tenant who's occupying the home, is going to get the benefit of any amenities that come with the HOA. So any pools or clubhouses or maybe paid utilities that come with the HOA. So the tenant is the one that's going to get benefit for that, but you're the one who's going to pay the HOA dues every month. Of course, there may be some property management or attorney fees. So even if you're not hiring a property management company, there's attorneys that likely will get involved to help you draft a lease that's compliant with Colorado law. You will have some vacancy costs, so some holding costs during the vacancy period, utilities, interest expenses, some expenses to get the house ready to occupy. And then, of course, you have maintenance and repairs that are going to be ongoing. So these are all considerations that you need to take into account before making the decision. And of course, if you have a surplus after you look at the current market rent minus all of these other items, if you have money left over, great. You may be in a good position to keep your current primary home as a rental property. I show you this next slide to kind of give you an idea of what mortgage interest rates have done over the last 5 years. This is the Federal Reserve economic data. And I would be willing to bet that if you purchased your home, or if you purchased your home, or if you last refinanced your home prior to maybe beginning to mid 2022 and the 10 years preceding that, so anywhere between the period of 2012 and 2022, if you purchased your home during that period, or if you last refinanced your home during that period, you probably are in a pretty good situation financially to convert your home into a rental property and be able to cover those expenses that I showed on the previous slide. Question number two, will my home attract a quality tenant? So, it's really important to understand the property type, the location, the condition, and amenities. Those are 4 factors that are really going to determine if you're going to be able to attract a high quality tenant or not. Of these 4 items, condition might be the most important. And what I like to tell prospective clients that call us is the quality of the tenant will be directly correlated to the condition of the property. So it's very, very critical that your home is in great condition. It's, extremely clean. Everything is working as designed, and it's going to appeal to a broad tenant pool. Property type is another thing on this list that I wanted to key in on. And it matters because a one-bedroom, apartment unit or condo unit is only going to appeal to a certain number of tenants, whereas maybe a home like a 3-bedroom, single-family detached house is going to appeal to a broader audience. And it's also likely going to result in longer occupancy periods, so the tenants will stay longer in those types of properties. So your home needs to be able to attract a high quality tenant. Lastly, can I emotionally detach from this home? Man, what an important question this is. And when you're making the decision to convert your home into your primary home into a rental property, you really need to have a mindset shift. You really have to detach emotionally from that house. It's no longer your home. It's now an investment. It's now a business. You're going to take that property and you are going to run it like a business. So the tenants who take possession of your house, they're not going to live the same way you do. They're not going to maintain the landscaping the same way that you do. They may do damage to your property. And so you need to have a mindset shift, and you need to be able to emotionally detach from the home and treat it like you're running a business. I hope this is helpful information for you. I'm always glad to be a resource for prospective clients, or even if you're just deciding to self-manage a property yourself. There's so many people out there that are capable of managing properties without the help of a property management company. But if I can be a resource to you in any way, I would be happy to do that. And thanks for listening in.